Hi, this is Paul. Welcome to my review of Tomb Raider. This movie stars Elisa Van Vikander, Dominic West, Walter Goggins, Kristen Scott Thomas, Derek Jacobi's in this as well. And this is stories about Laura Croft. Of course, this is based on the video game, of course. And this is, I guess, is a reboot of it because Angelina Jolie made like two movies back in the either 90s or I forgot when they were exactly. But uh, anyway, this movie is about Laura Croft. She's the fiercely independent daughter of a eccentric adventurer played by Dominic West, Sir Lord Richard Croft, who vanished on an adventure, and he's been gone for the past 7 years. And Laura has basically been living as a messenger and not really, yeah, tending to her father's businesses. She's really, that the people that run the business want her to come in and kind of acknowledge, signs paperwork to acknowledge that officially he's been missing. So I think I forgot what the time is that legally I think they want to declare him dead so she can run his businesses and stuff and they can get on with things. But she doesn't want to do that. She's independent. She does her own thing. She's like a bike messenger, and she's living life. But and you can tell they kind of show flashbacks of her with her father. She was really close with her father, and because I think her mother had died young, so when she was young, so she's fiercely loyal, and she doesn't kind of want to accept that the father's that he's gone, okay, and then eventually she kind of gets into trouble, and then she kind of accepts it, and then she goes in to sign the paperwork, and that's when she gets clued into the last whereabouts of her father, and she sets off in this adventure to find, to find out, like you see in the trailer, what the father was looking for. And I don't want to spoil it exactly because if you've seen the trailer, you know what it is. Okay, and this movie, it kind of disappointed me because the story is not that great. It's kind of, in fact, it's sort of cliche-ish, and the villain, played by Walter Goggins, who is a good actor, he's not a very good villain. I mean, he's like the standard villain in these types of movies and stuff. So he's not, Walter Goggins does what he can with the role, but the role is terribly underwritten. So and that's my kind of my main problem with the story. The plot is the story is kind of generic, and the villain is not uh, not that great. Not great. It's not written well. Okay, Walter Goggins does the best that he could, and he's a good actor, of course, so he does the best he could with it. And the only thing I really liked about this movie was the you know the the chemistry between Dominic West and Elisa Vandekamp. They have good, I guess, mother father daughter chemistry. I mean, you do feel her, when she's reminiscing about her father and stuff. You do feel that loss. You do feel that loss between them. You can feel that, and you do. So you do care about Laura and her trying to fulfill her father's mission. So you're rooting for her, and some of the stunts and stuff that some of the physical stuff that she has to go through is amazing. I like that part of it, but the story is, like I said, is weak, and there's some things in it here that don't make no sense that that they don't really explain, which I don't want to spoil, but some things that happen, especially in this movie and the story of it, that doesn't make sense. Okay, and that's why I say the story is not that great and not really greatly written. I think the actors do the best that they can. And again, Dominic West, I liked him. Walter Goggins, I think he did the best he could with his, probably underwritten character. And Lisa Vanderkant, she's really good. And I hope if they do another movie, I don't know how much money this movie's gonna make, but if they do bring her back for another adventure, that they get a better story, okay, and then a better villain, okay, and that's my issue with this movie. It's mostly that the story is weak sauce, and the villain is a cliche, and the other secondary characters are kind of underwritten, okay, and again, there's another character in there that she kind of meets, and his character is just, I don't know, his character is just, to me, just not that well fleshed out. I mean, they give you a little bit of backstory about him, and then he does things that you say, why would this character go out of his way to do the things that he does? Okay, but again, that's to me weak storytelling and weak script. Okay, and unfortunately, and when you got a weak villain, yeah, But again, the best parts to me in this movie was Elisa Vikander, and she can do Lara Croft because she can do the physical parts of it. I don't, of course, it's a stuntman probably doing stunt woman doing part of it, but she up for the physical challenge of it, and she looks like she looks the part, and she can do that stuff. I wish it was a better story involved in it. It would have made the movie a lot better if there was a better story. Like I said, they do the best they can, but the story is just weak sauce. Again, I like Dominic West and Walter Goggins. He's a good actor. I like him in most everything he does, but this character is this villain character is just very, very weak sauce, and unfortunately, it brings down the movie. Okay, I mean it was okay. It just wasn't you know wasn't uh, wasn't great, which I kind of wanted it to be. I wanted it to be you know you know this rock rolling adventure. Okay, it sort of reminded me of sort of Indiana Jones-ish in a way, in some parts of it, but just a weak story in my opinion. Anyway, I'm gonna give Tomb Raider. I'm gonna give it a 6.8. Okay, and again, that's mostly just because of the actors. Okay, the story is weak sauce in this, and just unfortunately, yeah, it let the actors down with the weak story. They did the best they could with it, but just a weak sauce story and a weak villain. Okay, and again, some things without spoiling it don't make sense. Okay, certain things involving her father's character, let's put it that way, without spoiling it. Okay, and another secondary character make no sense to me. Okay, and maybe I'll do a spoiler review and I can explain and go into depth about what made no sense to me. But anyway, any event, again, 6.8 for me for Tomb Raider. Unfortunately, like I said, I like Lisa Vanderkander, so if you like her, maybe you want to go see it just because of her and Dominic West. But the story's weak, so if you want to wait until it comes on video, then you can wait. It's nothing that you have to rush out and see, unfortunately. And I was looking forward to this movie a lot. Unfortunately, it didn't live up to the hype. Anyway, let me know what you think of Tomb Raider. What do you think of it? Have you seen it? What do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below. And if you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. I have links to my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram in the description box, as well as my other channel, Paul's Views and Opinions. Please check that out as well. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.